ス置きっぱなしです。
ああ、こんにちは。綺麗になったね。綺麗になったというか、もう余計汚くなったかも分からへん。ちょっとなんとか綺麗にしようと思って今日は来たけど、なかなかね。どっか傾いてる。いや、なんかそれ。
かけないやかけないわ。大根のな大きそうな選ぶじゃけど、まあ、どれもこれもこの間人にあげたやつはよう伸びて大きかったんや。うち引いたら元気くるんや。まあこれもなそうってなんやなんてこれおでん大根や。こんなもんやで。
ああ、全然上等上等。ああ、オッケーオッケー、もうこれでいいで、これでいいで。いいよ。またのとこで思ったやつは柔らかくてね。
そんなことないわ。
炊いたら柔らかいよ。
そんなことないけど。
いや、よう受けましたもん。ありがとう。
ありがとう。
いやいや、何もあり。
同じ名前ばっかりやね、これ。
Sunset in your eyes, I couldn't find the strength to say what was running through my mind. You couldn't help but notice me staring with that awkward smile from the other side of Thompson Street. I felt love for a little while. She looks beautiful in the sunset glow, in that sunset glow. You looked more beautiful ended up falling for me. And to this day I don't know how. I think about it constantly. I promise I won't let you down. But when I asked, you told me yes. Be in mine forevermore. All I can offer is my best. Through the good and bad, through rich and poor. Oh, you look beautiful with that white dress on, with that white dress on. You look more beautiful than anyone I've known, than anyone I've known. You look beautiful. You look beautiful. You look beautiful with that white dress on, with that white dress on. You look more beautiful than anyone I know. You look beautiful, so beautiful. woke up alone. I should have known, because I'm always on my own. I just want you here every minute, dear. When I'm without you, don't know what to do. Every time you say goodbye, goodbye, la-di-da-di-da, la-di-da-di-da-di-da-di-da-di-da. Oh, please don't say goodbye. I will wait for you, however long you want me to. Just please don't say goodbye. Every time you say goodbye, every time you say